Hello, I thought I'd talk to you about preparing for meetings today because I think it's really important that you spend a little bit of time on this. I know it's admin, I know it's paperwork, or if you like it's time consuming, but that time is important if you value every moment that you're out there in the field. I mean, preparation is so key. We prepare for weather every single day. If it was raining, you'd put a coat on. If it was raining, you'd put a hat on or take an umbrella with you, right? Because you want to be prepared. So then why wouldn't you prepare or put the time into preparation for a meeting, which in the end is your livelihood? How well you prepare for a meeting will determine how well you come away from that meeting. And in the end of the day, that's money. So here's some tips from me. Take them or leave them, but I think they help. They always help me. So what I generally do is I think about what I'm looking to achieve and how I'm going to achieve it. So those two elements is basically the objective that I want to achieve, but then the plan. Now both the plan and the objective have to be pretty realistic or achievable, if you like. So I always think to myself, well, how am I going to make sure that the objective I'm going in there to get is something that I can actually come away with? Because the last thing I want to do is set my objective to an unrealistic level and come out feeling deflated or a little bit down because I didn't quite get it. And also at the same time, I need to challenge myself. I need to get something more out of this than what I've already got. What I don't want to do is end up going and having a great chat, coming out thinking, what have I just achieved? So that's why it's really important that we prepare. Well, I certainly think so. So the way to look at it is, okay, plan realistic expectations. Your plan's got to be realistic, your expectations have got to be realistic. To make sure that your objective is realistic, you've got to have a good plan. So what's the plan made up of? Okay, the plan for me is all the information that you've gathered so far from your correspondence, any correspondence, communication or contact you've had with the business that you're about to go and have a meeting with. So, for example, it could be the conversation you had with the gatekeeper. It could be the conversation that you've had with somebody who knows the business or somebody in the business that you know. It could be a conversation with the stakeholder that you had on the phone or in passing or wherever you met this person, wherever you picked up this lead from. It could be from the lead information that you've sourced. Now, that's information you've got, but there's also information on their website, as you know. There's information on social media all over the place that you can gather if you need it. More importantly though, one of the things people often miss is what's going on in the marketplace. Now couple what's going on in the marketplace with what the company's focused on in their news, for example. Think about those, put them together. Think about where the trends are right now. How much do you know about their business and where it's going, and how much do you know about the value of what you can add to that business in respect of what's going on out there in the marketplace. Use the marketplace as a bit of a glue, or a way of helping you to really help them to see how much value you can add. But this is all planning. So planning is eyes and ears open, gather information, put everything together, then look at it and go, right, okay, from all this information, what could I achieve from this meeting? What can I expect to achieve from this meeting? Then you can think about, well, this is what I think my objective should be. Sometimes the information you've gathered tells you that your relationship isn't quite where it could be. So there's potential there. That could be your objective. Sometimes the information that you've gathered tells you that you actually don't have the right amount of information or enough information to get to where you want to get to. That could be your objective. Now, they're also, I mean, those kinds of objectives are more typical of the longer term sales process. However, if you've got more transactional sales process, your objective might simply be get the sale. So then you've got to ask yourself, well, how am I going to get the sale? And again, we go back to the plan. Well, how you've got to do it is make sure that you're asking the right questions in the right way, understanding more their business in the right way. So again, all of the things that I've said already, but and in addition to that, have some questions in your plan. There's nothing wrong with jotting a few questions down. Killer questions, really good ones that make a client think. You know, when a client thinks, when you ask them a question, they have to think about it. That's a good question. Don't think the silence is a bad sign. It just means that they've had to think about it. Now, if you've got them to think about it, it's probably a really good question. So, those are just a few tips that I would give people to prepare for meetings. Personally, I think it makes a good salesperson great. That time that you spend on preparing can be the difference between achieving and not achieving. So please, 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 put some thought on it and good luck. Speak to you soon.